41 Action News starts right now.
New tonight, one county now declaring a disaster area after widespread flooding left behind massive amounts of damage.
Officials in Johnson County, Kansas signed the declaration just a couple of hours ago, highlighting the damage left behind by storms last weekend and the widespread flooding from today. This means families could see some financial relief.
But Johnson County is not alone in the damage. We want to show you just how widespread the flooding was. Businesses and homes near 103rd and Warnell saw major damage. Crews had to rescue several people trapped by water.
In Grandview, the floodwaters forced people from their homes. This is how they found their homes once they were able to get inside. And in one of the hardest hit areas, several had to be rescued near Lake Annette. Their yards covered completely by water.
Just incredible. Officials just let families go back to their homes a couple of hours ago. And 41 Action News reporter Ariel Rothfield live there now as they get their first look at the damage left behind by this historic flooding. Ariel.
Breaking tonight at 10, a 3-year-old girl is safe after someone stole the car she was sleeping in. But tonight, the suspect is still on the loose.
You watched it all unfold live right here on 41 Action News. That little girl running towards police when they arrived at the scene near 190th and Evans in Tonganoxie. That's where the suspect ditched the car and the girl after taking them from KCK.
The 41 Action News Sky Tracker crew was the first to spot the stolen car and the child inside, and then 41 Action News called police.
We have live team coverage. We begin with 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez live in Tonganoxie. Andres.
Reporting live tonight in Tonganoxie, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
Andres, thank you.
It's such a relief to see that young girl running towards police. Meanwhile, a live look right now at Children's Mercy Hospital, where that girl is. Just moments ago, we heard from police about the condition of the girl.
With the help of the news media, which was instrumental, we located the young lady, and she's been reunited with her mother, and they're at a local hospital, and she's okay.
A huge sigh of relief tonight. That little girl is okay, and these suspects are still on the loose. Take a good look. Police believe they worked together to steal the car from the gas station. 41 Action News reporter Tom Dempsey is where this crime started in KCK. What a scary night, Tom.
Live in KCK, I'm Tom Dempsey, 41 Action News.
Wow, this could have had such a different ending. We are so glad that little girl's safe, Tom. Thank you. We will, of course, keep you covered on air and online as this case develops. Again, they have not located those suspects yet. For the latest information on this, download the 41 Action News mobile app.
Tragic breaking news we're following this morning. A Chiefs celebration on Sunday night ends with a deadly mass shooting here in Kansas City.
2 people are dead, 15 are hurt after a gunman opened fire outside a nightclub.
Those shots rang out around 11:30 last night outside the 9 Ultra Lounge near 40 Highway and South Nolan Road.
And we have team coverage this morning on that scene, beginning with 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez.
Andres, you've been there all night into this morning. What more have you learned about what happened there last night?
Reporting live in Kansas City this morning, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
Andres, thank you. We checked the club's Facebook page. It said the club was hosting a celebration party after the Kansas City Chiefs won that AFC championship yesterday.
The Post says the doors opened at 10 p.m. and it also says it was sold out. Again, police say the shooter fired those shots at people standing in line. It would have been about 90 minutes after those doors opened. Again, police say at least 15 people showed up at area hospitals.
And 41 Action News reporter Ray Daniel joins us now live from the scene as well. Ray, can you tell us anything that you've learned about these victims yet this morning?
Having some issues with Ray's shot there, but Gene Peters Baker reaching out right now to victims' families.
There's still several unanswered questions as this story unfolds moving forward.
That's right. We still don't know who the suspect is or the motive behind this shooting. We're also waiting to learn more about the victims.
And we're going to follow this story on air and online all day long, bring you updates as they come in, especially once we learn those victims' names and condition updates. We'll share them with you. And you can also get updates when we're not on the air. Overnight, we sent a push alert like this one. It was after midnight, I believe, when this one went out. Download the 41 Action News mobile app. It allows the breaking news notifications. Whatever you put that on, you'll get these notifications as soon as we send them out.
Right now, we are in the dark. It is just like thousands of customers in the metro right now, and unfortunately for them, it could be days until the power is fully restored. As 41 Action News reporter Kat Reed found out, families are now doing whatever they can to try to stay warm. Kat?
It's an issue that didn't become a federal crime until the year 2000. Still, 20 years later, human trafficking impacts tens of thousands of victims right here in the U.S. The Polaris Project released this map in 2019. Look at this. Of the likely human trafficking cases in the country, look at all these colors here. You can see almost all of Missouri is included in that, with hotspots in Kansas City and St. Louis. And now one local group hoping to raise your awareness about that issue. 41 Action News anchor Bryant Madrick has more on this weekend's events. He's live for us in the newsroom this morning. Bryant, when you look at this map, it's jarring.
It really is, Taylor. You know, the people I spoke with tell me this is a problem right here in Kansas City, and the map that you showed all of us, it proves that point. In the newsroom, I'm Bryant Madrick, 41 Action News Today.
Bryant, thank you. This morning, we want to talk facts versus fiction on this issue. The Polaris Project says the most pervasive myth about human trafficking is that it involves kidnapping or abducting people that the traffickers don't know. The reality is many survivors are trafficked by romantic partners, even family members. Sometimes that includes their parents, too. And breaking free, not as easy as you might think. Another myth is that people always want help getting out. But Polaris says the reality is fear, isolation, guilt, misplaced loyalty even, and manipulation, of course, may keep a person from seeking help or even identifying themselves as a victim. That's a scary thought. Now, the state of Missouri enacted a law last year to help crack down on human trafficking. Dozens of establishments now required to hang this poster up in the window. It can be seen at places like airports, hotels, truck stops. The goal is to help get victims the resources they need to get out of those situations. If you or someone you know being forced into sex or labor trafficking, you can call that number right there on your screen. It can be accessed 24/7 in 170 languages. People who call it can remain anonymous and confidential.
Keeping you safe while riding in an Uber, the new safety feature that you'll have in hand before you reach your destination.
Plus tips on tipping, when you should leave a tip behind, plus how much you're supposed to give.
Here's a tip.
Have some fights about that.
Stay with us.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, almost 6:15 this morning. Your next Uber ride just got a little bit safer. The company launched a new safety feature in the app that allows you to discreetly report a non-emergency safety issue while you're in the car. It's called on-trip reporting. You could report anything from, say, harsh braking to the driver maybe making inappropriate comments. Uber says research showed some riders might not report experiences that make them feel uncomfortable or nervous because they get distracted after the trip once they're out of the car. They hope the on-trip reporting feature solves that.
As we head to break, here's a Chiefs start to remember. A stat. Look at the stat. Travis Kelce made Chiefs history. 3 receiving touchdowns in Sunday's game. It's the most receiving touchdowns scored in a Chiefs postseason game. We'll be right back for Pete's Take.
People are ready. People are just ready.
Yeah.
Here's another Chiefs stat as we head to break. With 51 points and 7 touchdowns on Sunday, the game marked the most points and most touchdowns ever scored in a Chiefs postseason game. Oh, man, how much fun is it for us to be the home of the Chiefs here on 41 Action News? The answer is a lot. We'll be right back.